I'm Megan with the Women's Health e-course, and today we are going to be cleaning the dry brush. Dry brush manufacturers recommend that you replace your dry brush every few months, and of course that would get costly. It's certainly not necessary. So instead we're going to clean the dry brush and then it will actually last you for years. So there are three main goals when cleaning your dry brush. One of them is to keep the wood dry. Wood and water do not mix. That will cause the wood to rot and to split. So we want to keep the wood dry. We also want to kill any bacteria that is in the boar bristles. And then thirdly, we want to wash away any dead skin cells that are in the bristles. So let's go ahead and get started. This is a pretty simple process. You need to have a dish of some kind that will not only hold your brush, but also we only want the water to come up about almost an inch high, not reaching the wood. So you want it to be the right depth as well as allow your brush to fit in. So I'm going to go ahead and just fill my pie plate to about 1 inch depth or a little less, so that the water touches most of the bristles, the depth of most of the bristles. Okay, and you can certainly lay your brush into the water and see that is just perfect. Okay, so the very top of the bristles are still dry that way. Shaking that out a little, and then we want to use an antibacterial agent, and so I'm using tea tree essential oil. So just 3 drops of this into the water. And as you may know, essential oils and water do not mix well, and so we're going to, bearing that in mind, we're going to agitate the water, just kind of getting the oil to distribute evenly between the bristles. And you can do a back and forth motion like this, or you can swish it around, basically just allowing the essential oils to distribute themselves between all the bristles. And you want to do this for about 30 seconds. So that the tea tree essential oil really has a chance to kill any bacteria that may be there in your bristles. So after 30 seconds, you can give your brush a good firm shake, get out any extra water, leave it face down on your counter while you dump out the water, and we're going to replace this with fresh tap water. And this can be room temperature tap water, it really doesn't matter on the temperature. Okay, so you just want to be careful again that you don't get the water too high. You don't want your wood to get wet. So you can measure the depth, and that's about right again. And then we're going to do the same thing, basically just agitating the bristles through the water to rinse off most of the oil, not all of it, but most of the oil. And once that's done, you can shake it out again. And if you like, put it onto a dish towel. I'm just going to dump out the extra water. And then you'll need to thoroughly dry the bristles one of 2 ways. In warmer months, you can actually dry it outside in the hot sun. I recommend still leaving the bristles face down so that the water doesn't bleed up into the wood. So you can just set it on a dish towel outside in the hot sun, and then maybe flip it over halfway through once they're mostly dry. Leave the bristles face up in the sun so they'll thoroughly dry out. Otherwise, in cooler months, you can actually use a hair blow dryer and hand dry it manually. Just blow the air into the bristles, again probably facing down to start with so that the water doesn't bleed into the wood, and then over time fine to turn it over to continue the drying process. So that's it. It's that easy to clean your dry brush, and you can do this about once every 3 months, and then your dry brush will last for years. So thank you for tuning in.